Welcome into the Extra Point here on A to Z Sports Nashville.com. Follow us on Twitter at A to Z Sports and like our Facebook page at A to Z Sports Nashville. And Zach, one thing that's been kind of confusing for a lot of people is why Derek Barnett from Tennessee has dropped down the draft board after the season ended. It's weird. Like the defensive end went from a top 5, 10 pick, then top 15, now top 20. Now he's just like towards the end of the first round, but he hasn't played in a game or done anything wrong.
Yeah, it is peculiar, but I think that Myles Garrett is the clear-cut number one defensive pass rusher in the draft.
Sure.
I think Tim Williams, because he got the opportunity to play in the national championship game in the college football playoff, his stock rose a little bit. I think Derek Barnett has been waning just because there hasn't been much talk about him.
Yeah, but why would you drop a guy who hasn't done anything good or bad? You drop him behind like a Solomon Thomas from Stanford is a guy you hear a lot about that's jumped up in the top 10. Taco Charlton from Michigan is a guy who's gaining some steam going into the combine. But I really do think that people are trying to find holes in Derek Barnett's game. Like he's not exactly the most physical, attractive athlete that's out there like a Myles Garrett is. He's not flashy, but he gets the job done and gets sacks. So I think if Derek Barnett goes to the combine and blows it away in the agility drills and the explosiveness drills, that can jump him back up.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think that Derek Barnett will be drafted in the same place that we project him to be drafted today. I think he's going to be between right around 15, maybe 20. I don't think he's going to be a top 5 pick, and I don't think he's going to be a top 10 pick. Because look at the teams in the top 5 and the top 10. Their main needs are either quarterback, secondary, inside linebacker, or that one pass rusher that is Myles Garrett. He'll be off the board. He's a top 5 pick.
Sure.
I think Derek Barnett, and he'll be thankful that this happens. He'll go to a better team if he drops down. He'll earn a little bit less cash, but he's a number 15, number 16 type guy right now, and I think he'll stay that way.
But people are saying 28 to the Cowboys. Like how he went from like a 5, 6, 7th pick overall to now 28 to the Cowboys is kind of weird. And people are saying that he's not explosive and he's not the best athlete, but I think if he goes and jumps well, like in the broad jump, and then he does some of the other like defensive lineman drills well, then it'll take those question marks away.
There is something for general managers to actually see a guy in the flesh.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's going to jump his stock up to a top 10 pick. He's fallen too far.
But why has he fallen? He's fallen for no reason. That's what I think I'm confused about.
No, team need.
So you think
he was projected as a top, let's say, 10-5 pick midway through the season when we had no idea the draft order of where everything is going.
So you think him dropping is more of on the team needs of the team's drafting high compared to what he's doing as a player?
I think that has something to do with it. Not all to do with it, but you don't drop that much like you're saying. I think that there's a reason for that.
But I think he's even dropping in like the pass rusher category. He's dropping behind Solomon Thomas, where he was right there behind Myles Garrett.
That's in the eye of the beholder. You're talking about
that's the people that are putting out the rankings.
But yeah,
the eye of that beholder.
That eye is Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay and Daniel Jeremiah, who do about 10 to 15 mock drafts that he could be 28 to the Cowboys, but then all of a sudden he goes 12 to somewhere else.
Well, that's today's Extra Point here on A to Z Sports Nashville.com.